Welcome back to more dungeon DNGN. Last time we finished the glacier mission here, fought some wolves, fought a polar bear, and gained an upgrade, which was one extra stamina cube. Couldn't buy any equipment, and now we're entering the tower, which is this mission here. Trying to make it to the top of the tower to possibly use the magical world rune to find a way home, but maybe not. I think that's still up in the air. So timer starts at 8 only for this mission, and the size is quite big. 4 normal rooms and then possibly 2 more, and the objective. So between 5 and 7 rooms. So I think we should focus on going fast, or at least always pushing towards the end of the room, so we don't spend 2 turns or so at the end of the room just walking. But we'll see. Some tough enemies. There's the cultist, which seems to be a bit of a weaker version of the zealot, which was the boss for the village raid. Archers we've already seen, and guards we have also already seen. Those are still the same. But notably the cultist is the circle enemy, and just the fact that there are 3 enemies might mean there's more enemies in the rooms, because none of the symbols will just be traps or something like that. But there are also chests, treasure chests, with a value of 30. So I'm curious if this is gonna be tough or not. Yeah, let's just start. I've already prepared the dungeon deck, and we'll move into here. Okay, so right off the bat, a cultist here, and an archer and a guard. So yeah, that's what I was saying. In the earlier missions, some of these symbols, were villagers or traps, but now all 3 symbols are enemies. Also, we had that one room earlier that had 3 goblins at the entrance, which would now be 3 cultists, I think. Those were circles. So that sounds not so nice, honestly. So the archer starts at 4, the cultist at 6, and the guard at 5. Just like that. And we probably have to do our setup turns again. Let's have a quick look at the cultist. So range 3 or 4, so ranged enemy will try to stay at a distance, no defense, and does have ranged boost and ranged healing, so it'll try to heal its allies as well. I think it'll target the ally with the lowest health that's in range, or something like that. So we probably want to get rid of the cultist first. And just running away isn't really an option in DNGN as far as I could tell so far, because, there's no in-combat and out-of-combat turns. The turns always are the same, and so those enemies will keep pursuing us if we don't defeat them, I think. So that means we should just fight, probably. Definitely want to start charging up our mana here. As I said last time, our first 2 turns are always a bit frustrating, because we have to charge up mana and then use one of those to focus using the grimoire. So I'm going to put some cubes into defense here. We could actually think about using the scroll of focus now to be able to already focus and not need to use the grimoire then. Let's maybe do that just to kickstart our turn here. If we're going to exhaust a stamina cube, we might as well do it at the very beginning while we are still at 9 of them. Yeah, so this will be our turn. Let's hope we don't get hit too badly. Circles for the cultist, which means it doesn't attack, it will boost. The archer will attack, just a normal attack, and the guard will perform a bleed attack at range 1. It has 2 movement, so actually the guard is the triangle, so if we stay here, the guard won't be able to get us. Or do we move in? I said earlier we should always be moving towards the exit, probably. And I'm already going back on that decision. Let's first and foremost start channeling our mana here. So we have 3 movement. Let's see if we can somehow position ourselves so that the guard can't hit us. The guard has 2 movement. It'll be able to hit us pretty much anywhere except for where we're standing now and even the very exit, the guard will be able to hit us. So maybe we forfeit this movement for now. We haven't really prepared any attacks, so I think that'll just hurt for a turn, but I'll ignore the movement. Okay, so now the cultist acts first because it's number 4 and it will boost. I think it'll boost itself, even though it's a ranged boost. Oh, actually, if ranged, all monsters in range and line of sight will boost. That I didn't know. And it's worse, obviously. So the cultist will boost everyone, because everyone's in range. And the archer will act next, because it's number 12. And will try to get to a range of 4, which it already is. And it has a line of sight on us, so it'll just shoot us for 2, which we can ignore 1 of, so taking 1 damage. Actually taking 2 damage because of the boost. But I think that means the boost disappears. And then the guard, I said, can't get us. I hope that's correct. Yeah, it'll try to get to a range of 1, but only has 2 movement. So let's have it move here, probably. And that'll be the turn. Okay, could have been worse. Still, that boost on everybody is annoying, to say the least. Let's get rid of these behaviors. And assign our cubes here. Okay, so now, thanks to our scroll of focus, which is also discarded, we had a little Kickstarter for our turn, and we don't have to use the Grimoire now necessarily. So it's probably sensible to throw a focused fireball again, because that way we'll be able to hit both the guard and the cultist. And I'd love to kill the cultist, but that requires me getting close to it. And I've actually moved the guard in the way there. If I had moved it there, we would be able to get close to the cultist without exhausting any more cubes. Let's see here. I mean, as I said earlier, usually my rule is if there's no new information revealed, I'll allow myself to redo a decision just because it's like planning it out in your head, but on paper, and then deciding. But also with them standing like this, we could hit both the both the guard and the cultist. Now I'll go back on the decision earlier, I'm sorry. But yeah, the guard moved to and we were able to pick where it moves to. And I think I'll do it like that because I just now realized otherwise I won't be able to get to the cultist without exhausting cubes here. Probably want to channel back that mana and probably want to do some healing and put up some defense, which will then require us to channel back even more mana, leaving us with 1 cube. I'm just thinking out loud here. And if we want to kill the cultist, this does 4 damage. Cultist does not have defense, so that will be 4. But now we're missing 1 cube, the 1 cube we exhausted earlier, to get to those 6 damage there. So either we don't channel back one of our mana, or we don't put up defense, or we don't heal. I think we want to heal. Yeah, this is worth 2 HP, this is worth 1 HP. And I do want my mana back just to be able to do things, so I'll probably do it like this. Yes, I think that's fine. Let's draw the behaviors. So the cultist will be healing. Does that then heal everyone in range as well, like the boost? Yeah, all monsters in range and line of sight will heal, so that would be very nice to get rid of the cultist before then. Ooh, and the archer has defense. Ah, that's annoying. I was hoping, since the archer only has 4 HP, with our doubled up fireball, if we threw it at the little triangle here, we would have been able to smoke both the archer and the cultist. But it drew the exact behavior it needed, but at least it won't be hurting us either. Yeah, let's do our actions here. This also gets put back into the pool, so 1 movement from there. Now let's throw that fireball, doubled focused fireball, so 4 AoE damage. I'll aim at the triangle anyways, so the archer will take 3 because of its defense, and the cultist will take 4 because it does not have any defense. And now our 2 movement here, moving towards the cultist, hitting it for 2 melee, killing it. Now always take out the healer first, the support, and then we heal ourselves for 2, and we channel back all of our mana. Fine turn, I think. Really annoying that the archer drew that defense, but oh well. And getting rid of the cultist early before it has a chance to do any more boosting or healing, I think that's good. Okay, so the cultist is out, so this is irrelevant. The archer doesn't do anything, just stands there, but doesn't heal. This just means it cures bleed if it had any. And the guard, I didn't even look. Ooh, that's the strong attack. So it has 1 movement, and it can get to us. Could we have moved a different way so it couldn't have gotten to us? No, with the 3 movement we couldn't have. Yeah, so that's fine. It'll just move towards us. Say it moves here and hits us for 4, which is quite nasty. But what can you do? Okay, oh, actually hits us for 5 because of the boost. Ooh. Alright. Yeah, strong attacks here. Strong enemies. Okay, what do we want to do? The archer is at 1, and unless it draws that defense again, we can just kill it using a frenzy. Now we have the chance to swap equipment because we've got our switch action down here, and as I said, we've not revealed anything new, so I think the decision is still open. Do we want to switch in the X to do a frenzy on the 2? Or do we want to do a fireball? I think probably the frenzy might be smart, unless we want to use the grimoire, of course. So let's say we definitely want to do some melee attacks here. And if we now use the fireball as well, we wouldn't be able to use the grimoire. And that would be 2 damage to both of them, killing the archer for sure, and doing 2 to the guard. And then we'd have another 4, so a total of 6 to the guard, and it can have 1 or 2 defend. So that means it could survive if we get unlucky. So let's plan this out here. If we heal, then we can't use the fireball. I think we do want to heal, probably. Yeah, so I'll use this switch that we had from the earlier round to switch in the fireball, I think. Switch in the X, I think. We'll get some movement done and some defense up. And we'll use our grimoire for more defense and healing. Just because we took a nasty hit then. And channel back all of that mana. And then do the frenzy here as well. So if the archer doesn't draw its defense, we can just get it with the frenzy and the guard as well. And then we won't be able to kill the guard, sadly, because it's only 5 damage and it's always got at least 1 defense. So we will take another hit from the guard, but that's what we have our defense for and our healing. And then we can switch the fireball back in at the end. Seems sensible. Let's draw here. So archer and guard. Archer has got no defense, that's great news for us. And the guard is at least not bleeding or boosting. Or isn't bleeding us, I should say. And it'll just be doing 2 damage, which is great with our 2 defense. But it has 2 defense as well. Okay. So we move 1. Move to here. Do our frenzy. That will kill the archer. Just the square enemy. I think I messed this up earlier. These should be like that. The guard is the triangle and the archer is the square. I think that's because in the earlier mission the triangles were the archers. Okay. And that means the archer is dead. We should remember to give ourselves the gold afterwards for the cultist and the archer and the guard. It will be 9 gold. And now we can just hit the guard for a bunch, which is 4 damage. Reduced by 2. Bring it down to 3. That's nice. And we get to heal. And heal 1 more, so we heal for 3. And now we defend for 2. Put up 2 defense like that. And channel back 4 mana. Nice. Yeah, this mana channeling ring is quite crucial with our grimoire and our fireball and all the mana we're using. So this is definitely turned into sort of a mage build, though with some melee fighting and some defense, maybe cleric or something like that. Yeah, and now the guard will hit us, but we have 2 defense. It won't move because it's already in range, so that will net to a 0, so we don't lose any life. Very nice. I realized I've forgotten the timer as well. So these were 3 rounds. So 1, 2, 3 at the end of the round. Oh, and we wanted to switch our fireball back in, I think. That's what I said earlier. When we channeled that mana. Okay, and now we assign cubes again. I want to see here. So the guard will have to reshuffle the behavior pile, so we can't say anything about behavior that it's going to have. Might have to defend again. Should require us to ready up 5 damage just to be absolutely sure to kill it. No, actually we could keep the X swapped in and do sort of a similar thing with the frenzy and our attack here. Yeah, why not? Okay, just for that easy 1 damage. No, the fireball is great, but 3 mana to do anything with it is quite an ask if I can use that mana for healing as well. Especially if there's only 1 enemy, obviously the AoE from the fireball doesn't do much for me. So let's do it like that. Again, put up defense and heal. And heal even more. So that is unnecessary, I just realized. So do we put up 1 defend and just heal for 1 and then ready our focus maybe? Or do we heal for 2 and put this mana cube into something else? I don't know. I'm unsure. Let's get some movement here. And a frenzy. And that extra defend. Yeah, let's actually ready our focus here. Why not? We can heal the extra HP or a little more even, because a guard might still do damage to us if we don't kill it. But I think we will. So I think that's fine. We can heal on the way to the door. Yeah, or during the next turn. I'll keep it like that. So let's draw behavior for the guard here. And also this way we have the focus cube ready at the beginning of the next room, which might be important depending on how things look there. So the guard has 1 defend and it'll do its strong attack for 4, but I think the 1 defend means we can definitely kill it. So we're standing right next to it already. Do 4 damage to it, which will be reduced by 1, killing the guard. And now we just do a whole thing here again. Charge up the focus, heal for 1. Frenzy was not needed after all. Defense was not needed. We get to move 3, which let's move towards the exit there. And we channel 2. And now we're standing in an empty room at the end of the turn in the exploration phase. So I think we could look at a loot card. You know I can't resist even if it summons another enemy. Let's see here. Fireball trap, 2 damage. We've gotten that one a lot it seems, but maybe, I don't know how much variety there is in the loot pile. And now we also explore. Ooh, and that's a junction. That's a bit annoying because it's such a long mission and the timer was shorter than last time. So that means if we take the wrong way here, we have to backtrack quite a lot. Okay, I'll set up the enemies here. Looks like 2 guards and 1 archer. Actually, we might be in a bit of a rough spot here. Because I also forgot to swap the fireball back in, which I think I talked about, but then didn't do. And now that we've revealed that new info, I don't want to go back on that. Although that would be nice here to throw at the 2 guards, definitely. So the guards won't be able to get to us in the first turn if we stay here, because they have a maximum of 2 movement. The archer will probably be able to get us, But maybe we wait at the entrance. But that's so slow also. I forgot to reduce the timer again. And I feel like we're already behind, especially with that junction. It's going to be tight time-wise in the end. And we want to heal, and we want to channel more mana. Let's see here. So if we channel here and here, so we can switch in the fireball. We have our focus ready, which is nice. And heal here maybe. And heal here. And probably don't really want to move in and get hit by both guards. So do we just stay here? But then that would mean not really doing much with our cubes. Nothing else at least, because we don't have enough movement to move in, hit them, and move out of range again. Yeah, good question. I think I'll do it like that, even though it's a little slow, just to heal up, because I don't want to, get hit by both guards, get unlucky, and they have 4 damage attack. That's 8 damage, and then the archer shoots at us, and we're dead. So yeah, I think we should be careful about this, because we don't have the extra mana left over to defend more. I think I'll keep it like that. So let's draw behavior here for the archers, or the archer, sorry, and the guards. Oh wow, okay, so the archer won't move. It has 5 range, which we are in range, and I think it can see us just about. And will just shoot at us for 2 damage and ignore our armor, or break one of our armor cubes, which is annoying. So we'll take 2 damage there, but at least the guards are just standing still and boosting, which is good and bad, because, if then they do their strong attack next turn, that'll be 10 damage, which is not nice, but for now they're not moving closer. So if we then stand here again, they won't be able to get to us again. But I feel like I'm wasting time because I'm not pushing forwards. Okay, let's do our healing here. Heal for 3, heal to full. Do some channeling of the mana cubes and switch in our fireball. And then we could actually move up, because the archer is going to hit us anyways. And now I wish I had just put those cubes into movement just in case, because not putting them into anything is stupid. Because it doesn't cost us anything. So I should remember to always put them in there, because we have the option of not using it. Because now we could actually just move up. And yeah, I think I'll do that. Probably. Or actually, what range will the archer move to? It'll want to be at range 5, which it already is. And it has no movement, alright. I was thinking if we could somehow get it to bunch up with the guards and then throw one big fireball at all of them. But I don't think we can. So instead we'll step up here and it'll try to move to range 5, or it can't move, and it'll just shoot us and we take 2 damage. And because it pierces this, and that was our movement as well. Tick down the timer, get rid of the behaviors, and now we assign cubes here. Okay, I'd say big fireball at the and the guards boosted, both of them. Big fireball at the guards, I'd say. Yeah. And then maybe step up and try to finish the job there. So focused blast there. That'll do 4 damage to them if they don't have any armor. If they do, it'll be 3 or only 2, which would be really annoying. If it's 3, we could take them all out with these 4 damage. If it's 2, we can only take out 1, which means we'll be taking a hit. But actually, I just realized the archer acts after the first guard does. So if the archer breaks our armor again, that'll be too late because the guard already attacked the first guard. So we can use our armor against the first guard, even if the archer has that move again where it makes the armor go away. We want to recharge our mana. In that case, let's put up even more defense here. And why not charge back 1? I think that's fine. Let's draw behaviors. Oh, nice. Archer doesn't shoot. Cures bleeding, which does nothing. And we're not planning on attacking the archer, so the 1 defend doesn't concern us. The guards, at least not the strong 4 damage attack. And only 1 defend. Very nice. I think that means we can kill them both, right? I worked that out like a minute ago and already forgot. Okay, let's just play it out. So we are at 3 range. We'll throw the fireball at one of them, hitting the other one in the process, doing 4 damage reduced by their 1 armor. So 3 to each of them, putting them both at 2. Yeah, we will be able to take them out. Oh, sweet. Okay. Channel back 1, why not? Why not? Let's move up 2, 1, 2. And yeah, do some melee attacks. So 2 single damage against this one and 2 damage against this one. And then we, yeah, killed them. I was confused for a second, I don't know why. I forgot to give myself the gold from the earlier room. I'll do that right now before I forget again. So that's 9 gold, I said, right? Yeah, so 1 yellow one there. Just so I remember. So we took out both guards before they got to act. Now we could have used those attack actions to get rid of the boost, but that is optional. So in this case, it's obviously more useful to kill them instead of reducing the boost. We then get to channel back 2 more here. Don't think we want to switch in the X. We've got a defend that doesn't do much for us. Yeah, let's move up to the archer as well. I think, because I do think we want to clear the room before we move on. And our 2 defense will do nothing. So only have 3 mana ready. Let's tick that down. The archer will just defend, doesn't boost or anything. Would just clean bleed if it had any. And that was that. And we also gain another 6 gold for 2 guards. So there's 3 and there's another 3. Getting up there again. Very nice. We didn't heal this round. We could have, maybe, or we should now. I do think we want to kill the archer and not have it possibly chase us for the rest of the mission. So we'll then take the exit down here as well. So let's assign our cubes here. Probably a lot of movement. Maybe some defense. I'll decide when I see if I have any cubes left over. Actually, if we are sure we can kill it, we don't need the defend. If it draws that defend behavior again, we can't, with our 4 damage, kill it. And I forgot to switch in the X again, because that would be that 1 easy extra damage to compensate for that. Yeah, so let's do that. Again, haven't revealed any new cards or anything. So this is still at the end of last round, something we could have done if I just thought of it. So we will be able to do a frenzy and then definitely kill the archer, which means I'm also willing to exhaust some cubes for extra movement. Probably channel back a bit of mana and heal here. And then, yeah, that's fine. I think that's fine. Draw the behavior. Not the defense, so I wouldn't even have needed this cube here. So we move up 1. We do 4 damage. Killing the archer. Gaining 2 gold. And now we can move for another 3 towards the exit there. We channel back 2 mana and switch back in. We didn't do the frenzy. We switch back in the fireball. And we heal for 2, putting us at full. And looking okay for the next room. Would have liked to get the focus ready again, but didn't. So weird. So we'll now have the chance to loot and then look at our next room. I have to deal this pile down into 2, split this into 2 piles, and that is done by dealing them out one after the other, so that the final objective has a chance of ending up in either one of them. And I realize I just did that. I should have dealt them from the bottom, so the objective stays at the bottom. Great stuff. Okay, so they are just getting a bit more shuffled then. So now I reversed what I just did and I deal them from the bottom. Yeah, this is something I struggled with before. So seems like we picked the door with the larger pile here, but oh well. Don't know where to put the other one. Put it here. That's the one for the top door, and this is the one for the way we are going now. Let's just hope it's not too far to the objective, or that there is the objective here at all. Because if we go down 3 rooms here and then it's not the objective and have to go all the way back, that might spell trouble for us. Yeah, at least there doesn't seem to be a boss. We just have to reach the star. So let's tick down the timer and loot, definitely. Why not? Risking it. Treasure, 5 gold, finally. Very nice. It's always a bit hard to judge for me how long the video is already, because if I cut in between to set up the room and so on, that obviously gets taken away from the video time, so I can't just look at the clock. Let's reveal the next room actually, and then we'll say we continue next video there. Okay. Another one of those long caves, at least not another junction. That could have been really annoying. And seems like 2 cultists and an archer and a guard. Fun. Yeah, really would like to have that focus cube ready now, but so be it. I'll prepare the room and we'll continue here next time. Hope you had fun watching. I did have fun playing here, and I'm liking this game. And I'm also quite pleasantly surprised with our build, especially now that we have that grimoire. Yeah, see you next time. Bye bye.